What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome to Legends in Football Manager. Today we're going to be starting off this brand new FM19 series with the one, the only, it's Pele. Of course it's Pele. Who else was it going to be? I can hear people now muttering under their breath, Maradona or Johan Cruyff, Jack. They'll be coming soon, don't you fret. But yes, we're going to be starting a new series on the channel today in which we recreate some of the legends of footballing past, put them in modern day football at the ripe old age of 16 or 17 and see just how they'd get on in modern football. This should be a fun little thing. As you can see, I've got Pele in front of you here. Of course, 17 years old to start this, the year of which he was of age when he won his first ever World Cup, which is absolutely crazy to think of, all those years ago. In terms of his overall attributes, you can see what we've given him here. Professional personality. His media description is a wonder kid. I've given him 200 potential ability, so he has the potential to be better than Messi and Ronaldo. It's going to be interesting to see, will he stick it out at Santos for an extended period of time? Will he maybe go over to the USA as he did in real life? Over the course of the next couple of parts in this series, we're going to be seeing exactly how he'd get on. Just looking at his attributes in a bit more detail, you can see here acceleration and pace I've given him plenty of. Strength and jumping reach I've put down a little bit. They are definitely weaknesses. I know someone's going to tell me, Jack, jumping reach for Pele should be like really high. Have you not seen all the headers he scored? I mean, 8 jumping reach isn't the worst. You've got to remember that Pele, when he was playing 60, 70 years ago now, was 5'6", and the average kind of physicality, I guess, of a footballer was quite different to how it is now. So in relative terms, I feel like his jumping reach wouldn't be that standout. I've maintained his heading technique, however. You can see, looking at the rest of his technicals, finishing is obviously incredible. Great technique and dribbling, something that Pele, of course, was very much known for. Long shots are solid. Also a very good creative play. I think he got 8 assists in 12 World Cup appearances, Pele. Whatever way you look at it, just an incredible passer of the ball, and that's reflected in his attributes. And when you look at his mentals, they're well-rounded. The standout ones, obviously, flair and off the ball, expecting him to do magical things with the ball at his feet. His work rate's good. His determination is good, as is his composure in front of goal. Obviously, bravery, leadership and positioning. A little on the low side, but they are the kind of attributes which may well evolve over the course of his career. So yes, as you can see here, we've started him off at Santos, where he is considered a key player. He's got a 3-year contract at the club. To be honest, I'll be amazed if he sees that all the way through. You can see he is their key player. He is their main man. And I'm interested to see how he gets on here. I think for this first kind of period of time, we're going to go forward 2 years and see how he gets on. He'll be 19. Maybe he will have made a move to Europe. Before we go any further, go down in the comments, leave a suggestion for a legend you'd like to see recreated in FM for a future episode of this series. And also, where do you think Pele is going to end up over the course of his career? Is he going to be a one-man club? Is he going to move around? Get your predictions down below. And without further ado, let's go into the future and see how Pele is getting on at the age of 19. Okay, guys, so we have gone 2 years into the future, and already Pele is one of world's superstars. Holy crap, his development already is insane. 19 years old, still playing that centre attacking mid-role, although he can play as a striker. Of course, traditionally kind of played as a bit of a number 10 during his career. You can see he's already broken into the Brazil national team. 7 goals in 8 games. He's valued at £68 million. He looks incredible. Right, let's have a look at his history. So you can see here, we of course started at the start of the Serie A season in Brazil. In that first season, you can see here, 11 goals, 4 assists, and 34 appearances. Following on from that, was actually signed by Inter. I guess they may have even signed him during the January transfer window, which of course would be the off-season. They got him for £13 million with clauses possibly adding up to £17 million. That looks like a bargain. He started things off well here. You can see his average rate is 7.51. Very, very solid, but not the craziest of returns. But in his second season at Inter and his first full season in Italy, he's gone on to get 38 appearances, 10 goals, 18 assists, a 7.68 average rating. I mean, where does that position him in Serie A? He is the second best performer ahead of Ronaldo. He leads the way with assists. His goal tally of 10, not the craziest, that doesn't put him too high up there, but I mean the assists that he's been getting are absolutely superb. I'm kind of curious, let's compare him to a 35-year-old Ronaldo. See where the differences lie. I mean, you can see them here. Pele already rivaling Ronaldo. It's going to be interesting to see over the course of his career how Pele does here. But yeah, already he is catching fire at 19 years old, an international. And we can look at his milestones here. He got the golden boots in the Champions League and was the midfielder of the season. Let's just check this out. How did Inter get on? They lost, you can see here, in the semi-final. So he has been doing work with Inter in terms of the Champions League. He was named in the midfield team of the year and the seasonal best 11, as you can see here, for Inter, where he got 20 goals in 54 appearances total. The year before that, where he only had half a season at the club, he was one of the best performers with that 7.47 average rating. It looks like him and Martinez have really created this partnership. And, well, the Argentine here, an incredible player in FM, and very, very cool to see him linking up with Pele so well. Kind of a bit of South American flair, which really seems to be single-handedly carrying Inter. And I'm not sure how I missed this. They won Serie A last year. How have they managed that? And they won it again this year. That is just the Pele effect, I guess. He is absolutely incredible. You can see here he's their key player. If we just go to edit player attributes, or rather start editing, you can see here his current ability is currently 188 out of 200. It could go all the way up, so he has got room to improve further. His finishing at 19 is just scary. In terms of his achievements for Brazil, how are Brazil getting on the international stage? Let's have a look here. They are playing in the World Cup qualifying right now, where he has been grabbing goals for fun in their qualification campaign, where currently they sit second, actually. But you can see here, highest average rating. He has 4 assists and 6 goals, so he is, well, single-handedly carrying Brazil at the moment. He is just, at 19, he's showing crazy. I didn't think he'd be this good this soon, I'm going to be completely honest. I had to make him good. Of course, he was winning World Cups at the age of 17 in real life, but when I made him, I didn't think he'd do this much. You can see here, he won the Brazilian Cup top goal scorer. He was shortlisted for the best player during that first season. He was 3rd highest scorer in the Brazilian Golden Boot during that junior year he had, where he did get 11 goals. So yeah, done absolutely crazy stuff. Got that move to Europe. I think to round off this episode, we'll go forward 2 more years. I'm curious to see if Inter can keep hold of him, because as good as Inter are, you feel like the rich Premier League clubs, or maybe a team in Spain, the Barca, the Madrid, or maybe someone like PSG is going to snap him up. We'll go further forward. You can see 5 years left on his contract, so if someone's going to buy him, they're going to have to spend massive money. Who is it going to be? If it's going to be anyone, let's find out. Okay guys, so we've gone a further 2 years into the future. It's 2022. Pele, still tremendous goal scoring record internationally for Brazil. We'll see. I was about to say we'll see how he gets on at the World Cup. Of course, it's a later World Cup this year in 2022 in Qatar, so he hasn't played there yet. But you can see here, he's considered an elite attacking midfielder. He has improved further. He must be close to maxing out his ability already. In fact, he is already now the best player in the world. He is on par with the Messis and Ronaldos in their prime at the age of 21. And he's under a bid from PSG for £116 million. Is anyone else going to even try and match that? United are interested. I mean, I'd pay £116 million for him. Let's have a look. How have Inter done over the last few years? They've won the title. They won it, you can see here, in 2021. How have they done this year? They've actually come second to AC, so maybe that's a reason for Pele wanting to leave. You can see only 3rd on the assist charts as well, although he did get the 2nd highest average rating. Curiously, Ronaldo, age 37, is still going strong. I thought Ronaldo would have gone by now. Pele, 7 man of the matches, so couldn't quite carry Inter enough. But yeah, just continuing to improve. Hasn't signed that new contract, so still on the same deal he was on before. But, well, he has been doing incredibly. Let's have a look at his career stats right here. You can see last season, 15 goals in 33 games, a 7.49 average rating. And now in our most recent season, he got 15 goals again and 11 assists. So he is contributing a crazy, crazy amount to an Inter side that I'm assuming are overperforming. I mean, where are they predicted to finish? Of course, kind of 4 years into the future, things can change. They were predicted to finish 2nd. What has he won at his time at Inter? Let's take a look at Pele's milestones and, well, competitions. So they won, obviously, Serie A a number of times. They won the Supercoppa. Besides that, though, it doesn't look like he's made the biggest splash in Europe. Award-wise, you can see here, he's done very, very well. He won Supporters Player of the Year for this year, was named in the Team of the Week and the Midfielder of the Year. He was named as Player of the Year. Yeah, you can see here, named as Player of the Year in Serie A the last 3 years in a row. That's not a bad little achievement, is it? He's also won Midfielder of the Year ahead of Douglas Costa. Kind of interesting to see that he's never really been played as a striker so far in his career. It seems like he's kind of just nailed down that centre attacking mid role. And I didn't realise actually, but his vision has gone up a crazy amount. Kind of a real capable playmaker as well as his, of course, just ridiculous finishing. I feel like that makes his goal return of 15 goals in 30 games playing in the midfield, a little more impressive. Obviously, we've seen him get in the Player of the Year repeatedly. In terms of Team of the Year, is he in this team? Or does he not fit the system because they don't play with a centre attacking mid? I mean, that seems like an oversight, doesn't it, Football Manager? Yeah, he's not in the team of the Year because it's a 4-3-3 which he doesn't fit into, even though he's a striker. That's a little odd, but regardless, he is still in fine form. And it looks like he's actually on now the cusp of a move to PSG. Of course, you can see here 31 appearances for Santos, 11 goals. He's gone on to get 46 goals in 120 games for Inter. You have to wonder, what is he going to be able to achieve with PSG? And who have PSG got right now in their team? Kind of stuff I guess we can look at next time if he even goes there. But just have a look. So they have got Mbappe. So it could be a link-up midfield of Mbappe. And have they still got Neymar? I'm going to assume they must still have Neymar. Let's have a look. Yeah, they have. So Neymar, Pele and Mbappe. I mean, can you imagine that in real-world football? That would just... It'd be a little bit upsetting, I feel like, to come up against as a team. Just to wrap things up, we'll have a look at his milestones on the international stage. I don't know if there's an easy way I can really look at these because it doesn't look like it shows that much in the way of international stuff. I'll tell you what, let's have a look at the Brazil national team as I find the most roundabout way to get there. So you can see here actually, in terms of reputation, he's not that high in terms of top players, but he is considered a key player at the side. How did Santos do in that first season he was there? Okay, they did win it with him there. I think because he left before the end of the season, it might not have counted on his kind of achievements. Either that or I missed it. I missed it. You can see here, actually, he got his first senior goal, made his senior debut at the age of 17 or 18, which is crazy. He did win Serie A, so he's been a winner everywhere he's gone. Obviously, you'd expect that trend to continue at PSG, assuming he goes there. In terms of what Brazil have achieved kind of lately, you can see in the world rankings, they've peaked as high as second. They are now down in third, but they've consistently been very, very high. In terms of their team, you can see playing as a centre attacking mid for them, it seems like. In terms of landmarks, have they achieved anything competition-wise? It doesn't seem like they have yet. As I said, the World Cup is coming up, so that'll be something that we keep a close eye on. You can see they've got the Super Clásico de las Americas. I don't even know what that is. What is this? Is this just Brazil v Argentina yearly game or something that I've never been aware of before? It seems like it. It actually looks like there haven't been that many games played for Brazil. That's kind of notable, actually, by the fact he's only gone up by about 10 caps in the last 2 years. But with a World Cup, maybe a real chance for him to prove himself on the world stage next time around. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up the first episode of Pele in Football Manager for me. In part 2, we'll see how he gets on, either at Inter or at PSG, or wherever he might end up next. We'll have a look at his first ever World Cup playing for Brazil as well. Really curious to see how he does there, just because Pele, so well known as that player who stepped up on the big occasions, just scored in World Cups for fun, of course, won 3 World Cups too. I don't know if you can quite manage that in modern football, but only time will tell. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time. If you have enjoyed this video, do leave a like on it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I want to be bringing you guys these Legends in FM videos fairly frequently, so hopefully you have enjoyed this. Any advice, feedback, I'd love to hear it down in the comments. And other than that, it is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.